Hey, this is Mike Messier, and this is my proposed Monday Night Raw outline to make it a better show. The show starts off promptly with a 5-minute warm-up show, kind of lays out the night's plan while there's a dark match going on in the background. The commentators do not mention who the wrestlers are. If it's an unfamiliar face or someone from NXT or anybody, they don't even say who it is, but there's something going on in the background. But for the most part, they're laying out the agenda for the night. That takes 5 minutes. Then we have the 5-minute house show report. What does the house show report do? It illustrates what matches took places at house shows over the prior week. If there was any international events or even domestic United States events, the house show report takes about 5 minutes. I'm not counting commercial times. They'll have to figure that out. The next part we go to is the Renee Young Superstar interview, part 1 for 10 minutes. Renee Young goes on location to either the home, the training compound, or somewhere with a superstar. We start off week number 1 with Vince McMahon. We go to the top name people first. Yes, the Roman Reigns, the Seth Rollins, whoever, Charlotte Flair. We go to the top people, Shane McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, Triple H. The Renee Young Superstar interview part 1. This is like the Jim Ross interviews back in the Attitude Era. Now we go to This Week in SmackDown Live report. 5 minutes dedicated on Raw to SmackDown. A lot of people aren't watching SmackDown now, so you give them 5 minutes. Keep them up to date with that whole other half of the roster. Then you have, finally, your 2 hours of Raw. So now we have 2 solid hours of arena events, everything that you're used to with Raw, but compacted into 2 hours, so it's just like the good old days. 2 hours of hard-hitting Raw. Now we have our third hour to finish up. We've already taken a chunk out of it. So we do 5 minutes of the house show report part 2, which is where are we going to be? Hey, you just saw 2 hours of great Raw. Where is Raw coming to this week? You can also fit in your SmackDown at that moment. Then you have This Week in 205 Live. 205 Live has got a lot of great talent. And these are not a bunch of matches crammed into 5 minutes. It's a report of the storylines. If you don't watch 205 Live, if you don't have the network, use this 5 minutes to advertise for it. Then we have Fans Corner. 5 minutes of fans' videos from real WWE fans like you and me and everybody else who sends in their videos or tweets or whatever else. Maybe interviews at arena shows, interviews at publicity events, whatever, book signings. The 5 minutes, the Fans Corner. Then we do 5 minutes of Remember When, segments that can go all the way through the history of the WWF, the Golden Era, the Attitude Era, every era, basically, and even today's era. Remember When moments, 5 minutes worth. And they've done stuff like that before, I know. Then we have 10-minute interview, the Renee Young Superstar interview part 2. We left you with a cliffhanger. We left you with something you want to find out more about. Vince McMahon has a big announcement. Stephanie McMahon may be pregnant again. Something exciting. What happens in the second part of the Renee Young Superstar interview? You get 10 minutes. So you get 20 minutes of Renee Young every week with a superstar, a different superstar every week. Then you have 5 minutes of WWE upcoming house shows and WWE events for the week. So then this is plug time. Okay, is Charlotte doing a book signing tour? Is John Cena going to be on a TV show of some kind? Is Roman doing something? You know, what is going on with our superstars? 5 minutes of that. Where can you meet these fucking people? Then we have the 5-minute review and hype for WWE Network TV and the other shows, the SmackDown, anything you can think of. A review of what you've just watched for 2 hours, and that goes by fast. So what I just gave you was a nice design layout. So if you don't think I can write for WWE, if you don't think I'm capable of providing them with a writer who knows what the fuck is going on with wrestling, what wrestling fans want, then you're wrong. Because obviously I know what I'm talking about. I've been watching wrestling for a long time. I have a lot of great ideas, and they're being wasted because I'm not employed by the company that I could help so much. So that's Mike Messier. You can believe it or not, but that's my Raw outline. A very rough outline, and of course going to be tweaked and twerked, but there you fucking have it. Mike Messier. Bye.